Let's make some lentil dinner rolls. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we are going to make these delicious little rolls. They've been all over the internet, different versions of them, and I use this as a trivia question for our supporting members. So I'm going to make this for you today. We're going to start with our dry ingredients first. So I've got 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons of psyllium husk powder. And if you don't have psyllium husk powder, if you have just whole psyllium husks, you need to use 1/4 cup, because this is kind of like a concentrated version, ground down more fine of the whole version. And then I have 1 teaspoon of poppy seeds, 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds, 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds, and 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds, hence the seedy lentil rolls name. We're just going to kind of gently stir those together before we get on to the wet ingredients. Okay. Then we're on to the main ingredients. So these are split red lentils. This is 1 cup of dry split red lentils that I've soaked for 3 hours in water. Then I drained off the water and rinsed them really well. So we are going to get those into our blender container here. This is just our NutriBullet. You can use whatever blender you have. You don't really need a super high speed or high powered blender, because by now soaking the lentils has made them a little bit soft, so they're not really that difficult to grind. Okay. Then I've got 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of a low sodium tamari, and then 1/3 cup of a low sodium vegetable broth. So we're just putting all the liquids in here with this, just so that it can keep it moving and blend it really well. Now you're just going to blend that until it's a really creamy consistency. There we go. Pretty simple. All right. Then we're just going to pour these together. And I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And then you're going to need a baking tray and some parchment paper. Okay. So now we're just going to stir these up till it's really well incorporated. And while you're stirring, that psyllium husk is going to start to absorb the liquid from the lentil mixture, and it's going to start to thicken a little bit. Okay, super easy, right? All right, so we're going to let this sit here for a minute. I'm going to grab my baking tray and then a little thing of water. Okay, so now we're ready to roll out these rolls. So I've got a little cup of water here for my hands, and then a baking tray with a piece of parchment on it. So I'm going to wet my hands a bit first, because this is a really sticky mixture, which you could just do these as spoon biscuits, you know, and they just will be a little more rustic. But I'm going to roll them just gently. So you just take a pretty decent sized glob, and then you just gently roll it in your hand, just to kind of smooth off the surface. Then plop it down, a little more water. And this recipe makes 6 pretty good sized rolls about like this. It's larger than a golf ball size. All right, I'm going to finish rolling these out and I'll show you when I'm finished. Okay, our rolls are finished and our oven is on 350, so I'm going to stick them in there for 30 minutes. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, so while our rolls are baking, we're gonna make this really delicious, creamy, kind of garlicky zucchini spread. So first you're gonna need 1 small zucchini. This is probably about a cup of chopped zucchini that I've just chunked up, you know, in chunks just so it's easier to blend it in your blender. 3 tablespoons of sunflower seeds. 2 teaspoons of miso paste. That's a dark miso paste, but you could use a light miso paste too. 1 teaspoon of onion powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. A tablespoon of lemon juice. It's about the juice of half a lemon. And then 1/4 cup of, this is an unsweetened soy milk, but whatever plant milk you like, just use an unsweetened version. Now we're just gonna blend this up until it's creamy. Okay, that's it. That is so simple, right? It is so delicious. So all that's left is to wait for those rolls, and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. Okay guys, they are out of the oven, so come on in for a closer look. They look gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna let these cool for a few minutes and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. Okay, let's dig in. They are still nice and warm. I'll cut one in half here. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and squishy. Let's try some of this spread. All right. You're gonna love it. Come on back next week for another great recipe.